The nightlight.
They're very close. I can feel them. Help me! Help me!
Help me! That's all. You've had enough monsters. It's not good to watch these kinds of movies before bed.
Mom, really, I'm not scared. Let me watch the end, would you?
I told you, that's all. Well, good night, honey.
Ah! Who's there? They're very close. I feel them.
Can you believe it? He's sleeping, and he didn't turn the light off.
Yeah, and so?
And so, if every human went to sleep with a light on, there wouldn't be enough electricity to go around. Hup!
Everyone can probably remember walking into an empty room with the lights turned on, or finding a TV on that nobody's watching. One little light or TV might not seem like much, but just imagine how many people are living on this earth. Well, if everybody forgot to turn off the lights or TV when they weren't being used, the amount of wasted electricity would equal the amount of energy produced by 100 power plants. And each of these power plants needs freight cars of coal or rivers of oil to keep running. And all that fuel has to be extracted and burned constantly. Now do you see how expensive burning a light bulb is for the Earth? So don't forget to turn off electrical appliances when you're not using them. It's so easy.
Who turned off the light? They're very close. I feel them. I feel them. I feel them.
Look, what's up with him?
I think he's playing sleep hockey.
Looks like his position is left out.
Ha ha. Anyway, he should get a penalty for wasting electricity.
Monsters!
Hey, what do you think we are, hockey pucks?
Nolik, Simka, forgive me.
Who did you think we were?
Monsters.
Well, I see how you could mistake Simka for one, but obviously not me.
Tom Thomas, what are you doing? Why are you sleeping with the light on?
I was so dumb. I watched this monster movie on TV before bed. Now I'm scared to sleep without the light on.
And that dumb old monster flick, why were you watching it?
I felt like getting scared.
You're great at getting scared.
Keep quiet, or we'll wake up your mom and dad.
How am I gonna fall asleep now?
Here's a good idea. You can use a nightlight. A nightlight is a little light that humans who don't like to sleep in the dark use in their rooms. The nightlight has a dim glow. That's because it works with a special kind of light bulb that uses very little electricity. These kinds of light bulbs are called energy efficient. That's hard to say. And you can find nightlights that use such low energy bulbs that they can work off of a battery.
But you know there isn't a nightlight here.
How would you get by without us?
Tonight, I'm here to help you. I'm gonna be your nightlight. Look, right there. There's our lampshade.
Thanks so much. You really are a friend indeed, Nolik.
It was easy. Just go to sleep.
Nolik. Do you know any good stories?
I know one about a big meat grinder.
Nah, no way. You'd better tell me a story about a nice, kind Fixie.
I know a good one. And here's how it goes.
Grandpus was working inside of a very big clock. Actually, the clock wasn't that big. And I'm not sure if it was Grandpus, but it was a clock. I think.
The compass.
Pipe ball, hands on the deck.
Aye, aye, mateys. Shiver me timbers.
Simka and Nolik, what you doing here?
We're not Simka and Nolik. We're courageous pirates.
Yeah, pirates.
And today we leave home for the sea. Are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Hooray! You mean no? No hooray? Oh, yeah. You can't join us without a test.
Go and find a special thing. Something no sailor should ever sail the sea without.
I can do it, but how?
With a map.
And it's over there.
I've never seen a map that's this puny.
What are you talking about, puny?
That took us a half hour to make.
From where you're standing now. Uh-huh. From here, you mean?
Guessed it right.
First head to the north until you will find... Hold on. But where's the north?
It's where the North Pole, ice, and polar bears are.
But how do I know which direction the North Pole is?
By compass, of course. A compass is a special tool that helps sailors and pilots know in which direction they're traveling, whether in the air or on the sea. Our planet is like a big magnet that has two poles, the North Pole and the South Pole. These magnetic poles help the needle in the compass find its way. The needle is magnetized, so one of its ends will be attracted to the North Magnetic Pole and point at it, while the other end will always point towards the South.
That I know, but there's no compass around here.
Then let's make one by ourselves.
Out of what?
We can use a needle. We just have to magnetize it
And how's it supposed to turn around?
in a saucer of water. Well, there you go. Now one end is pointing in the direction of north and the other to the south.
But which point's where? Well, there's the window, so that can't be the right way. The north is there.
I'm really liking this sharp little fella we've got here.
You calling me a little fella?
No, it's just the way us pirates talk.
All right then, north we go. First head to the north until you see a sleeping monster.
Mateys ahoy! Monster on the horizon!
Let him do it himself.
Now turn to the left and go 300 paces more. 300?
Exactly. I counted on myself.
Uh-huh. Okay, then that means I'll go 1, 2, 3. Now straight ahead until you get right up to the giant tree. You call that a tree? Wow, amazing! I can't believe my eyes. It's a real ship compass.
It's also called a marine compass.
The first compass was invented more than 1,000 years ago in ancient China. With its help, the Chinese were able to travel across the desert. And about 200 years later, the compass appeared in Europe. Whether the Europeans came up with the idea for the compass themselves or took it from the Chinese isn't clear. But one thing's for sure, we Fixies remember how those early compasses were built. The first compasses were made with a magnetized needle on top of a floater inside a bowl of water. Later, the needle was put on top of a pin that let it spin freely, and it started to look like the ones we use today. Since the needle of a compass always points to the north, a sailor can easily figure out which direction he needs to turn his ship. If he wants to go north, he follows the needle north. If he wants to go south, he goes in the opposite direction.
Your dad brought it home with him late last night from his work. You were asleep.
Hold on. I want to check something.
What's up?
Yeah, they line up together.
Of course they line up.
If not, how else would you have gotten here?
We're done with the needle. It has to go back.
First head south 600 paces.
6 for you, matey.
The short circuit.
Are you sure we're allowed to play in your dad's office?
We're not gonna play in here. We came here on a tour. I think this place is like a real museum. Just take a look at that. I have no idea what it is. And this thing is a complete mystery. Keep it down. This is a museum, you know?
What a great museum guide you are. You know absolutely nothing.
How can you say you don't know? I know.
I'd like to run a test here, on the capacitor.
On this one?
Don't touch!
Why can't I? It's not a museum.
Because it's dangerous.
If you touch it, the shock could be deadly.
But you two are touching it all the time. I've seen it.
The only time is when the device is turned off.
And right now, the device is running.
For many centuries, the Fixies only had to work on mechanical devices. But after the discovery of electricity, the Fixies had to master electrical devices as well. At first, Fixies were getting terrible shocks, and they really, really hurt. Over time, the Fixies figured out that you can't fix appliances when they're turned on, and bare wires should never, ever be touched. And Fixies also learned that electricity can travel not just through wires, but through plain old water. So that's why if a broken wire ever ends up in a puddle of water, you must never get close to it, or you could get a terrible shock. Fixies learn all these important rules, and they hope humans understand that they need to learn them as well.
Look. Now here's one I know about. It's an old radio my dad got from my grandpa. More than 60 years old. Can you believe it?
Your grandpa?
The old radio.
That was a joke. Is it still working?
I don't know. Let's check.
What was that?
It looks like the electricity got turned off.
Maybe it was a short circuit.
I'll go find out. Oh, so it was you who caused the short circuit.
I was in here showing all these things to Nolik, and we wanted to turn on the radio. We flipped the switch on, and then suddenly, kaboom, the lights go off.
They're off everywhere in the apartment.
So then how can I even warm up my pizza now?
Soon it will warm up all by itself now that the refrigerator isn't working.
Simka, what is that thing you said? A short circuit.
Electricity goes back and forth from an appliance with two separate wires. For example, an iron uses the electricity it needs to get hot. But if those two wires start touching each other without the iron in the middle, then the wires will get hot instead. And this can cause the wires to burn out. When this happens, it's called a short circuit. Short circuits can happen when the coating around a wire is worn out, or when an appliance is broken on the inside of it. So when you tried turning on that old broken radio, the wires in the apartment started burning.
Does that mean all of the wires got destroyed?
Don't worry. In our apartment, there's an automatic switch to stop that. It turns off the electricity when the wires start getting too hot.
Oof. And what about that, automatic switch? Is that something you need your mom and dad to turn on?
No question. You definitely would. But you have us.
Yeah.
And we have Papus and Masya. I'll go tell them what happened here. And you guys, you turn off the radio.
But we'll get electrocuted.
What do you mean electrocuted? Thanks to you, there's no electricity.
Are you ready?
Pull it up.
Hooray!
Tidish!
So, Tom Thomas, what are we doing next?
Why don't we continue with our tour?
Hey, wait for me! I'm coming!
Hey, wait. I thought you were fixing the television with Papoose and Marcia.
They asked me to come here and stay with you on your awesome museum tour. That way there'll be less for them to fix in here later.
The flashlight.
Where is that thing?
Hi, Tom Thomas. What are you looking for?
The flashlight. Ah, here it is.
Why do you need it?
Katya, I want to talk with her.
Why not use the phone? This thing's a flashlight. It's not a telephone.
No, you don't understand. Me and Katya came up with a secret code. If I flash just once, then it means hello there.
Oh, and Katya's also said hello there to you.
And 2 flashes? What's that?
Katya's asking if everything's all right. Now I'll tell her that everything's good. Oh, what's wrong with this?
I think it's not working right.
I see, Nolik, but what's wrong?
Any flashlight is nothing more than a battery and a light bulb connected by some wires that are used to make a switch in between them. To turn on a flashlight, you flip on a switch. That lets the electricity flow through the wires from the battery to the bulb so it lights up. And if it won't light up, that means that the battery is dead, the light bulb is burned out, or the switch is broken. And now let's put all this theory into practice.
I'm sorry, but I don't have time right now. Don't you get it? If I don't signal back, she'll think that I don't want to talk to her, and that would just be terrible.
Just don't get all worked up.
We'll help you.
But first we need to get the pack-a-mat and come right back. See ya.
Did you hear that? Marcia, what a weird sound.
Uh-huh. That's new.
Now we know what the noise was.
Papoose, can we use a pack-a-mat?
To fix a flashlight.
Really, did you say a flashlight? Do you know the story about when Granddad had to travel for miles on top of a dog? It's true! He was sent on a very important mission. A huge flashlight repair.
What kind was it?
A special kind called a lighthouse.
A lighthouse is a tall structure with a huge flashlight on top of it that is used to help ships and planes find their way. People have been using lighthouses since ancient times. The most famous of them all is the Lighthouse of Alexandria. It was built in Egypt more than 2,000 years ago, and it was more than 100 meters tall. The ancient Greeks considered this lighthouse one of the 7 wonders of the world. In ancient times, people would burn big fires on top of lighthouses. Today, the light comes from powerful electric bulbs. Many of today's lighthouses not only give off light, but they send radio signals, too. Yes, thanks to lighthouses, ships and planes for miles around learn where they need to sail or where they've got to fly in order to stay safe.
And thanks to that heroic deed of your grandfather, that big old lighthouse started working. Since then, not a single ship has ever gone astray.
Simka! And what if we don't just fix the flashlight, but we do something heroic?
Like Grandpa's did.
Uh-huh.
All right, what do you say? Let's jump on the back of this dog and get moving.
What?
Stop ducking. Grab hold of my hand.
Chusaka, no! Get out, right now.
Tish! That was really some heroic deed.
Now it's time to go get that lighthouse fixed. Tom Thomas, hand the lighthouse over.
What kind of lighthouse?
The one that's your flashlight.
I have no use for it.
What do you mean, no use for it?
But then how are you gonna tell Katya what she needs to know?
I already told her. Watch this.
No, that wasn't the deal.
Yeah. You want to tell us our heroic deed was in vain?
Well, if you need some heroic deed, then sure, fix it.
Hooray!
The cartoon.
Yeah. Like that. Yeah.
Tom Thomas, aren't you done yet?
Yeah, show us your surprise and quit drawing.
But this is the surprise. So, make yourselves comfortable. Quiet on the set, and action.
Great crash, huh? You should put a huge bump on his head. It's just like a cartoon that you drew in there.
He did draw us a real cartoon there.
Oh, right. Real cartoons, they only show them on television.
But they make them exactly the same way. Animation is made with many, many pictures called frames. Each one of the frames is a little bit different from the one that comes right before it. For example, a character can lift his arm up a little bit at a time. And then, if you watch the frames very quickly, one right after the other, it looks like the character is really moving. And that's how cartoons are made. And you know what? To make 1 minute of a cartoon, you might have to draw more than 1,000 frames.
Oh, wow. I'm not patient enough for that.
It's no big deal that your cartoon's short. Especially since it's funny.
Yeah, it's so funny. Tom Thomas, who's this kooky guy you drew here?
You're just joking, Nolik. You don't recognize yourself?
So this is supposed to be me on here?
Did you already forget what happened to you this morning?
Simka, you're it. You can't catch me. I'm too fast for you. Ay, 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 ay.
You weren't too fast for the pole.
Ah, Simka, you didn't have to tell him about that. Real sisters don't treat their brothers like that. Oof. And your cartoon's not funny at all.
Nolik, don't go.
It's okay. He just needs to sulk for a while. While he's gone, there's something I want to show you. Do you have a cartoon you can put on the TV?
I have plenty.
What should I do? Let's watch it again. But now I want to show you the same cartoon a frame at a time. Here, take a look. This is a frame, and here's another and another. Isn't that cool?
Uh-huh. So cool.
And then back at regular speed, there's 25 frames every second. What should I do? It's magical.
Simka, you know, I feel awful for Nolik.
Yeah, I feel awful too.
There are many different ways of making animation. Hand-drawn animation is, of course, drawn by hand, and stop motion is made like this. The animators pose the model and take a picture of it. Then they move the model a little bit and take another picture. And they do it again and again and again until there are enough frames to make the characters look like they're moving very smoothly across the screen. Another popular style of animation is clay animation. In these films, everything is built and rebuilt out of modeling clay. But today, most of the cartoons are made on a computer. At first, they make a computer model of a character, a sort of digital puppet. After the models are built, they are colored and animated to move. This is the kind of animation that's used in the Fixie cartoons.
Tom Thomas, what are you doing? Are you drawing a new cartoon?
Nah, I started fixing the old one, so Nolik will stop being angry.
Good. Keep drawing. And I'll go and get him. Nolik!
I'm not here!
Nolik, forgive me. Please don't be so mad. There's a cartoon to watch.
I've already seen your stupid cartoon. So what'd you do now? Put a huge bump on my head?
Not a chance. I did it all over again. I'm sure you'll love it.
You're sure of that? All right, go ahead. Show me your cartoon.
Quiet on the set and action.
There you go. Now that cartoon I really liked.
Good, 'cause I'm all out of paper.
Well, I think the first cartoon was funnier. Whoa, but this one's much better, of course. Yeah.
The hairdryer.
Nolik, are you here?
Yep, I'm here.
I got a cool trick to show you. What? Oh,
That was real magic, dude. Took long to learn it?
no, that's not the trick. It's a trick with helium.
Oh, what is helium?
Well, helium's a very light gas they fill balloons with so they float in the air.
That's not magic at all, you silly. Who's never watched a flying balloon?
The trick's not about the balloon flying. I need to get its gas. Ugh. How can I get it down from there?
Get a hairdryer. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, what for?
So I can show you a trick.
All right. Mom, can I use the hairdryer for a minute?
A hairdryer is a great, simple invention. Inside a hairdryer is a fan that sucks in the air from behind it and pushes it out the front to blow your hair around and make it dry. To heat up the air, there's an electric coil inside of there. When the coil heats up, it warms up the passing air. And the hot air helps your hair dry faster. Of course, you don't have to turn on the heat setting, but then you better like that cold wind.
Nolik,
I'm right here.
here's the dryer. I want to see your trick.
All right, flip the switch. Now you lay the ball right into the airstream.
Oh, great. The ball's flying.
And now it's my turn to fly.
Really?
Whoa! Yeah. I'll shoot right up to the ceiling so I can grab the string and pull the balloon down. So turn off the heat and away I go. Switch it on to high. Got it.
Give it to me.
I can't get it down.
It's probably because you're little and weigh like nothing.
And what? Do I have to wait till I'm heavier and older to get down?
I don't know.
Then you'd better get my sister. She'll tell us what to do.
Simka, come on out.
Well, what's going on?
Look.
Hi there. How'd you end up on the ceiling?
I was just showing off that funny hairdryer trick.
I'm laughing out loud. Ha, ha, ha.
I can try flipping on the hairdryer and lifting you up to Nolik.
So both of us can get caught hanging up there? Well, thanks, but I don't need it.
Then what do you need?
Just a broom or a mop.
You know how to do a trick with a mop?
Uh-huh. Just make it fast.
They can be quite ingenious creatures, those humans. Sometimes they figure out clever ways to use ordinary devices, like a hairdryer. Of course it can be used to dry hair, but it can also be used to dry a wet spot on clothes. And a hairdryer can even be used to remove a sticky price label. Now, suppose you buy yourself a new cup that has a terribly sticky sticker that just seems impossible to peel off. Well, try warming it up with a hairdryer. The glue will dry up a bit and the label will come off easier. There's no doubt that a hairdryer can be very useful in any household. But you need to be extremely careful with it, especially in the bathroom. If water gets inside a hairdryer, there's a real risk of getting a horrible electrical shock that can seriously hurt you and destroy the hairdryer as well.
for you. Now I'll sound like a Fixie.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Watch me.
Hey, what are you doing?
Just look. I'll breathe in one breath of helium.
Isn't it bad for you?
You can only breathe a little.
Hey! Hi there! Oh! Tom Thomas became a Fixie! And that's my trick for you. Funny, huh?
Oh, that's too funny. What a squeaky little voice you got there.
See, I'm already not a Fixie. The helium stops working after just a couple seconds.
That's good. Because such a humongous Fixie couldn't fit inside any machine.
The magnet.
Well, it looks like we need a pack-a-mat.
Where did this screw come from?
Ouch! Huh. Ah!
Papoose isn't in there either.
It's awful. He's probably disappeared forever. It's already been 5 days.
Don't worry about it. We're gonna find him for sure.
Yeah, we'll find him for sure. Let's go take another look in the kitchen.
But we already looked in there.
We'll look better this time. Let's go take a look in there.
We looked so many times already.
Simka, Nolik, what do you keep searching for in here?
It's not a what, it's a who.
Our Papoose is missing. We've been looking for him everywhere.
Oh, no.
He's probably already turned into a screw, because he doesn't have enough energy.
Maybe I could help.
Surely. Let's start with you picking us up. We're just exhausted from running.
In a dangerous situation, a Fixie can choose to turn into a screw. But sometimes it happens all by itself. For example, when a Fixie doesn't have enough energy. When this happens, the Fixie grows weak, gets sluggish, and then goes into hibernation, turning into a screw. This bad luck happens when a Fixie doesn't get charged up from being inside of a device. That's why Fixies always work inside of machines, so they can stay charged up with energy. Sometimes a Fixie that has grown weak and turned into a screw can get lucky. If a human happens to find him and screws him into an appliance, then the Fixie will be able to get energized and come back to life. Then he'll unscrew himself and run away, leaving the human wondering, where did that screw go? I know I screwed it in.
So, where should we look first?
What are you looking for in here, Tom Thomas?
Well,
And what do you have there in your hand?
just some screws of mine.
Ah, I just found a screw not too long ago. Maybe it's one of yours.
Probably. Where's it now?
Here, take it, and don't leave them lying around.
Should I turn myself around now so your Papoose can turn back into himself?
He's been lying in there for a week already. He doesn't have the energy to turn back into himself.
Then what's next?
We have to screw him into some device, you know, so he will get his energy back.
Okay. But which one's Papoose?
All of these screws in here look like Papoose. We'll use a magnet.
How come? All of the screws will just get lifted up together.
First of all, not every kind of metal is attracted by a magnet. It's an easy thing to see for yourself. Just get a magnet. You probably have one in your house on the refrigerator. Try moving it close to different metal objects you have around the house, like a spoon or nails or coins. You'll notice that some of the metal objects are pulled very strongly by the magnet, while some of the metals are pulled a bit less. And then there will be some metal things that aren't attracted to the magnet at all.
Got it. And the second thing?
Well, the second thing, we Fixies aren't attracted to that magnet one bit when we turn into screws.
Let's give it a try. Here, I found him. And now we'll screw him in. I wonder, are there any other Fixies in here?
We're not enough for you or something?
Not at all, I just wonder. Nothing. Oh, and the screw went away.
How about that? He already got charged up and unscrewed himself.
Why don't you take a little rest after such a big adventure?
No thanks, I've had plenty of rest. Anyway, it's something I've wanted to do for a very long time already.
The robot.
Did I already tell you what I'm hoping you'll get me for my birthday present?
Yes, honey. Only 1,000 times or so.
A Robotazoid R300 would just be the greatest. With Megavision, I want it. I really do. I do.
Well, tomorrow you'll find out.
But now it's time to sleep, Tom Thomas.
Wow, that is one great present.
And we got Tom Thomas absolutely zero for his birthday. We're just terrible friends.
So, how does this robot work? Okay, so let's give this a try, shall we? First, we'll take a walk.
And how does he have any idea where the robot's going?
I can tell you. One of the robot's eyes is a video camera. The robot sends the picture to the screen on the controller so the player can see where the robot is going. Yeah! And that's just one thing they know how to do. A robot is a smart machine that can do very difficult or dangerous work for humans. With its strong metal arms, a robot can move heavy objects or put together parts to build cars and other machines. Robots are often sent into outer space or to the bottom of the ocean to help scientists. There are also robots that can understand what people are saying, and robots that can talk and even make jokes, just like people.
I've got it. Now let's turn you around.
What was that?
Look. You know,
He destroyed him!
Nolik, stop!
You were playing with that, right?
you think Tom will notice?
I know what you're doing all night. I'm off to bed.
I'll get him to work. I'll stay up until I do.
Simka, let's try and...
No, we're gonna need some help.
When your TV has broken, when your cell phone has croaked, your laptop's barely working, the kettle's had a stroke. Don't ask us where we're going, for it's known far and wide that any kind of problem is clearer from inside. 1, 2, 3, inside will be to fix what's wrong, till it runs strong. In gadgets and devices, our work will never end. Appliances are fickle, they need a loyal friend. At morning, noon, and midnight of every single day, when there is an emergency, you know we're on our way. 1, 2, 3, inside will be all day and night. We fix things right. 1, 2, 3, inside will be all day and night. We fix things right. We live to keep on working, and work for us is fun. So we'll just keep on working, 'cause our work's never done. And deep inside of gadgets, if you look when it's dark, you might just see us race around like multicolored sparks. 1, 2, 3, inside will be to fix what's wrong, till it runs strong. 1, 2, 3, inside will be all day and night. We fix things right. 1, 2, 3, inside will be to fix what's wrong, till it runs strong. 1, 2, 3, inside will be all day and night. We fix things right.
Wow, you got it!
We need to hide.
A Robotazoid R300, I can't believe it!
Well, happy birthday to you, Tom Thomas.
I'm sorry, Tom Thomas. Last night, your robot, I broke it.
Dad, it works perfectly. Don't you see?
I'm so proud of you. You fixed it.
I couldn't fix it at all. I tried everything.
Oh, you want to tell me that the robot fixed itself? What a joker.
Mom, Dad, thanks so much. I love it.
And how about thanking us?
I should have known it was you who fixed the robot.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! Yay!
The cell phone.
Hey, Nolik, come on out and play.
He's not allowed. He was punished.
Can you tell me what you did?
I grabbed a Pac-Man and I forgot to ask.
How long do you have to sit there?
Until Marcia and Papoose come home from their boozness.
What did you say?
Business, a work trip. They're inside of your father's cell phone right now. They were busy doing repairs in there when he left the house for work. Do you know the reason why a mobile phone is also called a cell phone? Mobile phones are connected to other mobile phones with the help of special radio stations that are put on top of towers and building roofs. Each one of these stations sends signals to its own area below, and each area is called a cell. A mobile phone works anywhere it can find a nearby station that it can connect to. So as long as there is a station nearby, you can talk as much as you want. You can even move from one cell to another. And without you ever knowing it, your mobile phone will switch from one station to another one. So your conversation can keep on going, even if you're running after a bus or riding on it.
Tom Thomas, hello?
There you go. My dad came back home already. Hi, Dad. How are you?
Can you believe it? It looks like I lost my phone.
What do you mean you lost it? Where?
I have no idea.
So what? I'm gonna have to sit in here forever now?
You? Our parents are missing.
The phone stopped shaking a while now. We're probably already at home.
Not home to me.
How can we ever get home to our children?
Where's my Marcia?
Don't whine. We'll work something out.
Don't worry. I got a phone. Let's give him a ring.
They can't answer your call.
But what if they answer us? Call them, Tom Thomas.
Don't even think it. We're not allowed to talk to humans.
We're not gonna talk to them. We're just gonna listen. We need to close the contacts.
It's no use. Oh, they answered the phone.
Let me talk. Papoose, Marcia, it's me, Simka.
Simka?
Yeah, Marcia, where are you?
In the telephone!
The phone part is not what she's asking you.
Oh, it smells a lot like gasoline in here.
Ask your father, was he anywhere around gasoline?
Dad! Dad, did you go anywhere today where it smells like gasoline?
Gasoline? I had to go to the gas station.
That's the place where your telephone disappeared.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Well, I've got...
Intuition.
Intuition?
Intuition, huh? You know what? I'll go check.
Tish. Come and check out our Fixie ringtone.
Telephone is, telephone is, telephone is, telephone is, tele, tele, tele,
It's just incredible. You see? I found it. Son, you're one clairvoyant. I didn't notice when it fell out of my pocket back at the gas station.
My children!
Oh, my Marcia.
Papoose! Ah, my sweeties.
So, just by any chance, you think you might happen to know where I can find that nice watch I lost?
No.
Don't worry, there's no rush. Just use that intuition you've got.
Whipped cream.
Nolik, please stop your jumping. Your head's gonna fall off.
Don't worry, it won't fall off.
That sounds good. Okay, I'll see you in a bit.
Are you going somewhere, Tom Thomas?
Me? Nowhere. Katya's coming over, so we can do our homework. I need some strawberries.
Is she gonna bring the strawberries with her?
You got it. And my job's to supply the whipped cream. They're so good together.
Whipped cream, do you have any?
I'll go and check.
Wait, for me. Ugh. Simka, what do they make cream from?
It's made from milk, and the milk you can get from a cow.
And what about whipped cream?
The cow jumps up and down like you, so the cream can get whipped up.
Really?
I'm joking, Nolik.
I looked everywhere. We've got regular cream, but there isn't whipped cream.
No problem. We can whip some up right now. Cream is thick milk with a lot of fat. If you want to make whipped cream, you need to cool down the cream, add some sugar, and then beat this mixture very well. This adds tiny air bubbles that turn the cream into a delicious, white, fluffy foam. But it's important not to overdo it. Or instead of getting fluffy, the cream will start getting thicker and thicker until it turns into rich, creamy butter.
How are we gonna whip it up?
Look, there's a whisk. No! Hold on!
How's that?
It's not working. Maybe we need to use a different bowl or something.
Do you think that a bottle would work?
That's a really good idea.
Now I don't have to worry about spilling this cream anymore.
Shake it with both hands.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! Shake it harder, Tom Thomas!
That's all. I'm just too tired.
The cream looks exactly the same as when you started. You didn't try hard enough.
Oh, really? Then try whipping it yourself.
I got it. That's who's gonna help us.
Chusaka? Yeah, awesome.
Bring it down! A little more! Perfect!
Open it up.
Chusaka, Chusaka, the brain full of rocks! Na, 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 na.
Telephone.
This is even cooler than jumping on the trampoline! Yahoo!
Yeah? But why can't you? What a shame. It's fine. Come on over anyway.
You can't reach us. You can't reach us. Whew.
I'm so tired.
Whew. I'm sure that at least we got the cream whipped up.
Oh, see that, Simka? There's no cream left. Just some yellow stuff.
It's butter, I'm sure.
We overdid it.
People make so many different things out of milk, like cream or butter or frosting for cakes and cupcakes. With dry milk, sugar, and boiling water, you can make condensed milk. And if you make it cold, brr, you get ice cream. And if the milk gets sour, no problem. Humans make all sorts of foods out of sour milk, like yogurt, sour cream, kefir, and buttermilk. If you drain off the extra liquid from sour milk, you'll have cottage cheese. And by boiling milk a special way, you can make all sorts of different cheeses. There are so many kinds of cheeses made throughout the world that it's hard to even count them all. And even certain kinds of chocolate can't be made without milk. You must agree that plain old ordinary milk is just one super magical, extraordinary thing.
It's just awful, guys.
What, Katya's not coming over?
She's coming over, just without the strawberries. She didn't know that her grandmother had already used up all of them to make some jam.
So you're telling us that we don't need any whipped cream?
Right. Katya's bringing a cake, and she said that we'll need butter. She wants to make frosting out of it.
Butter?
I don't know if we have any.
We got plenty.
The string lights.
We're almost all done. Yeah. Now Santa Claus is gonna come over. He'll say, 1, 2, 3, lights light up the tree. Then we'll get our presents.
The real Santa Claus?
Yeah, for sure.
The real Santa Claus will come to you?
You'll see for yourself. He comes to me every year. Okay, so let's practice. 1, 2, 3,
lights light up the tree.
Huh? Oh, the string light's burned out. And we don't have another one.
Tom Thomas, Santa Claus is almost here. Is the tree ready?
No, not quite yet.
Oh no. What are we gonna do?
I'll be right back.
Tom Thomas, what do you think? Will Santa Claus give you any presents if there aren't any lights on the tree?
No way. It's not right without the light. It just wouldn't be magical.
Papus, Marcia, Santa Claus is about to come to Tom Thomas, but the string lights on the tree, they all burned out.
They all burned out? Really? The bulbs in a string light are connected together like a chain, with a piece of wire between each bulb. When you turn on a string light, electricity flows through the wire, lighting up each of the bulbs along its way. But if any of the bulbs gets burned out, the circuit will be broken, and the electricity will stop flowing. That means one bad bulb will make all of the lights go out. So if you want to fix a string light with a bad bulb, the answer is really simple. Just find the bad one and put a new one in. So, do we have a spare bulb around here?
I'll get it for you. I know where it is.
Tom Thomas, hold up Santa Claus for a while. We need a little time to find and replace that bad light for you.
I'll try to.
Tom Thomas, Santa Claus is already here.
Ho, ho, ho!
I got one thing to do.
So, let's find the bad bulb.
Okay, Papoose, let's go.
This one's working.
Maybe this one burned out.
Nope.
And that?
It lights fine.
Santa Claus is getting very hot out here.
Hold on. Simka, what's up?
We checked all the bulbs, but couldn't find a bad one.
I guess this year won't be magical. Okay, Mom, just come on in.
Ho, ho, ho! Hello there, Tom Thomas. So tell me now, have you been good all year? Huh, why aren't the lights on the tree burning? So then let's say it together. 1, 2, 3.
Ow! Papoose, I found one more bulb.
Here's the one that's not working.
1, 2, 3. Light up the tree.
Huh! Now we need to replace this bulb with a new one.
So where's Marcia?
Show your light, O tree. Hooray! Ho, 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 ho.
Whew, that was really hard. I see you already got it shining. But where did you manage to find a new bulb?
We got boost to act as the bulb.
Tidish!
Tidish!
Ah, what a hero. Pull me up so we can put this bulb in.
On Christmas Eve, on Christmas Eve, on Christmas Eve, our spirits light up.
Whoa!
And on the tree,
Yeah!
on Christmas Eve,
Nice box.
the lights burn brighter. Every year when no one is expecting, from some place that no one could conceive, appears a little miracle before us. Every year on Christmas Eve, 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 the clock it seems on Christmas Eve is ticking slower. Then suddenly on Christmas Eve, a miracle on Christmas Eve, no one believes on Christmas Eve comes out of nowhere. Every year when no one is expecting, from some place that no one could conceive. Yeah! A little miracle before us. Every year on Christmas Eve, on Christmas Eve, the clock ticks slower.
The ship in a bottle.
Simka, Nolik, here, take a look at this.
Oh, wow! Awesome!
Where did you get this from?
From one of the shelves in Dad's office. He's got lots of cool stuff in there.
That's cool. I'll be the captain. This is like a totally real sailing ship with masts, cordage, and everything.
And how can it all get in there through such a little hole?
A ship in a bottle is a real miracle. Do you want me to tell you the secret of how it gets inside? It's like so. All of the ship's masts are collapsible. Before the boat is put into the bottle, the masts are folded down and pressed against the ship's body, so it's small enough to fit through the bottle's neck. And once the ship is inside the bottle, the masts and sails are opened back up by pulling on a thread.
Hands on deck! There's a giant octopus starboard!
I'm an octopus, huh? Oh, look out.
Brave sailors like us, we're not afraid of storms.
Tom Thomas, be careful! Hey!
Oh,
Did it break?
no, it's all Tidish.
It's not close to Tidish. Take a look how this mast broke. Whoa!
What have I done?
Don't worry, we can fix it. Get some glue, okay?
Here's some super glue I found. This is the kind that'll keep things stuck forever.
Nolik, come and help! Achoo! Phew! This stuff is so stinky.
Tidish!
Ooh, that's better. Thank you, guys.
We sailors, never let a friend down.
Nolik, you gotta get out! You'll get sick from that stinky air!
I can't get loose. I got stuck.
Hello there, Tom Thomas. What are you doing with the ship from my collection in here?
I just wanted to give it some air.
Tom Thomas, you know that taking things out of my office is just not allowed. Hey, look, what an interesting cabin boy. I never noticed him before.
I'll take it, Dad, and put it back on the shelf, okay?
Who just sneezed?
I did. Achoo!
Well, all right then. Do your homework and please don't set foot in my office again.
Simka, where are you going?
To save Nolik!
I'll come with you.
You're not allowed inside that office. Your father said no.
Sweetheart, your soup's getting cold.
I'm coming.
Nolik, where are ya?
Simka, why is everything turning?
Because you inhaled the fumes from that stinky glue.
Ah, phew! Everybody knows how strong the smell of paints, cleaning fluids, and glues can be. But the nasty smell is not where the real danger lies. Breathing in the fumes from paint or glue can give you a terrible headache. Or even worse, it can make you faint. That's why when the Fixies need to paint or glue something, they're supposed to put on a safety mask called a respirator. And humans need to remember to wear masks just like Fixies when they're working with fumes. And never forget that the fumes from glue and paint can be flammable. It only takes one spark and kaboom! There can be an explosion. So always remember to have plenty of clean air moving through any room where you are gluing or painting anything.
Simka, hurry up.
Hang in there, Nolik. I'll get you out of there.
Nolik.
Oh no, is he okay?
Nolik! Nolik! Oh, you're alive.
Turning starboard. Turning port. Piasters! Piasters!
Oh, whatever. He's gonna be fine.
Nolik, do you know who I am?
A giant octopus?
The music box.
And when the Pied Piper began to play his magical flute, the rats came out of their holes and followed him. And they never would be seen in Hamlin ever again. Whew.
And then what, huh?
I can't read anymore. My legs got tired. Whew.
Simka, Nolik, something's rustling in there.
In where?
In Dad's office, it's on his desk. It's inside the wooden container.
So maybe there's a mouse inside it.
Tom Thomas, sit right here while Nolik and I go and check.
And if there's a mouse in there for real, then how are we gonna get it out? Those rodents are really so big.
And why was I reading that book to you, huh? Just grab a flute, give it a toot, and the mice will scoot.
And where are the flutes gonna come from?
We'll make 'em. Toot, 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 toot. You got it?
Sure I did.
Wait a second. Let's get a little closer. See? It's just like I told you. No more mice in there.
So let's toot a little more so they won't go back in.
All right.
So you're the ones messing around out here.
Oh, Grandpoos, it's you here.
All day I can't work on what I need to do. Right from the start, someone's opening up the top, and then you two tooting.
It was Simka who came up with the tooting.
Just because you're afraid of mice.
Wow, what kind of machine is this?
Well, what do you think?
A coffee grinder?
No.
A hole puncher.
Is it a foot scratcher?
What?
Well, a machine for scratching your feet.
You're joking all the time, you. It's a music box, and it's just wonderful. Music boxes were invented more than 200 years ago. Inside, there is usually a cylinder with short pins sticking up from it. In front of the cylinder, there is a comb with metal teeth of different lengths. If you pluck one of the teeth, it will make a pleasant sound. A short tooth makes a higher sound, and a long one, lower. When the cylinder spins around, the pins pluck the different teeth, and music plays.
Awesome! So what's broken in here?
The spring slipped off. It has to be pushed back into the right place. Will you help? go, that's better.
How come the music's not playing?
First, you have to wind up the spring with the key.
Tidish! I know who can wind up the spring. Well, Tom Thomas, can you guess what kind of machine this is?
A paper cutter. How about a hole puncher?
You're such a joker. Now don't go and tell me it's a foot scratcher.
Then I don't know.
Then wind it up with the key and you'll find out. Do you want to know how the higher and lower sounds come out? Put a regular ruler over the edge of a table. Hold down one end of the ruler and pluck on the other. The shorter you make the end hanging off the table, the higher the sound will be. The teeth inside of a music box work the same way, and bells work the same way too. The smaller the bell, the higher it rings. The sound of a violin or a guitar depends on how thick the strings are. Fat strings make a lower sound, and thin strings a higher one. How tight the string is also makes a difference. Take a piece of string or a rubber band. Tie one end to a doorknob and pull on the other end. With your free hand, pluck the string. The tighter the string gets stretched out, the higher the sound. If you want, you can even play a tune.
I think I got it now. It's an old player for music.
That's close, but not it. A music box is what they call it.
I just said that. So, what was it in there,
Just a broken spring.
It's not the thing I'm dying to know. Who was moving around there?
All I'll say is we, Tom Thomas.
Won't let that secret out.
Shh. The magic wand.
Oh, Tom Thomas, how did you get here?
It was a piece of cake. I just got this cool magic wand as a gift, see?
Wow! There's no such thing as a magic wand. I don't believe you.
You just wait. Any wish is the wand's command. Check it out. Today I want my school to be closed. Golden wish, Tadish!
Tom Thomas, your teacher from school just gave me a call. She said your school has totally disappeared. How odd.
So I'm not going to school?
Well, how? Instead of school, we'll go to the park.
Hooray!
Real magic. Oh, it's so great.
No, there's no magic. They're only illusions.
I don't know what illusions are.
It's when what we think we're seeing is not what is actually happening. Have you ever seen a magician pull a rabbit out of an empty hat? Do you think it's magic? No, it is only an illusion. In reality, the rabbit's hidden inside the table that the magician puts his hat on. The lid of the hat is made with a secret hatch. And when the magician puts his arm inside the hat, he grabs the rabbit from the table below and ta-da! How every magic trick works may be a secret, but every illusion does have an explanation.
I'm telling you, this wand's totally magical. Right now, I can make a rabbit appear out of this trash can for you. Golden wish, Tadish! Oh, that wasn't the idea.
Looks like a dog to me.
Wait, one more time. Golden wish, Tadish! Golden wish, Tadish!
Tom Thomas, will you cut it out? One Chusaka was already enough for us, and now there's 3. Hey, Tom Thomas, please tell your rabbits that they can stop barking so loudly.
Shame on you for attacking helpless little kids.
Wait, I'll make you bigger now. Golden wish, Tadish!
What? You scared? So you're only brave enough to chase little kids around?
Wow, I'm huge. I'm as huge as Tom Thomas. I'm huge.
Oh, Nolik, be careful.
And I thought it was tough when you were so tiny.
Tom Thomas, are you ready? Hey, why do we have 3 dogs all of a sudden? Oh, my word.
No!
Why are you screaming?
I was dreaming that someone had given me a magic wand. And then I had to make it big, see? And my mom saw you.
That's awful. That would have made me scream.
I wish I had a magic wand of my very own.
We Fixies aren't ones to believe in magic, but we do believe in what humans can do, because humans often work wonders. For ages, flying in the sky seemed to be an impossible dream. But today, anyone can take off to the sky in an airplane. It used to be that humans thought that only magic could take them to the moon. But now astronauts have already walked on its surface. In fairy tales, people were able to see and talk to each other through a magic mirror. But today we have the internet and telephones we can use. Refrigerators, televisions, automobiles, computers. There are so many things that humans have created. Wondrous things that they used to only be able to dream about. Like a miracle from a fairy tale.
A magic wand? Why do you need it?
First, I'd skip school today.
Tom Thomas, are you ready? I told you, we're going to the park.
And what about school? I'll skip it?
Good joke.
Could this be a dream too?
No, it's just that today is Sunday, and that's the magic of it.
The vacuum.
What's the point of cleaning up toys? You're just gonna go take them out again later.
You said it.
Tom Thomas, if you're done cleaning up, go and eat your lunch.
Okay, be there soon. Nolik, you wait for me?
Uh-huh.
Oh. He calls this cleaning up.
Uh-oh. As we say, bon appetit.
Thank you.
You're not gonna eat me up, are ya?
How? Fixies, I don't eat them. Well, that's my mom. She started vacuuming.
Please help! Help me! Help! Help! Please!
It really is weird. How's it possible a vacuum cleaner can take all that dust in, and none of it gets back out?
Oh, come on. It's simple. They taught us about it way back in 3rd grade of Fixie school. You can think of a vacuum cleaner as nothing more than a fan with a net. The fan spins backwards, so it sucks in air with dust and dirt. If you put a net in front of the fan, the net will catch everything that is in the air and let the air pass through. Then all you need to do is add a pipe, and you've got yourself a vacuum cleaner. But instead of a net, vacuum cleaners use special bags to collect the dust and dirt. It's as simple as that.
Oh, whoa, Simka. Nolik, could he get sucked into the vacuum?
Oh, no! Did he stay back there?
Tom Thomas, what's the matter?
Mom, I can finish vacuuming you. I mean for you.
All right, I'll go clean the dishes.
Nolik! Nolik!
Nolik! Nolik! Nolik! We better go and get help right away. Masya! Masya! Nolik got sucked up inside the vacuum. It's
It's impossible. He can't fit in here.
No, not in this vacuum. Into the big one, the human.
It's just terrible. Nolik, my Nolik, he could suffocate in there. Come on, quickly.
Yeah. This stuff is just awful.
And it's awfully bad for you, too.
Dust is a tiny enemy. It's so small and unnoticeable. But if dust gets inside machines and appliances, it's a disaster just waiting to happen. It can keep gears from turning properly. Dust can make appliances overheat. And if dust gets onto electric contacts, it can create a short circuit that can even cause a fire. That's why we Fixies have to constantly clean the insides of appliances from dust, even though a lot of us are allergic to it. Ha-choo! If only people would just dust a little more often than they do right now. Ha-choo! At least people could dust more on the outside. That would make our work so much easier, and their equipment would break a whole lot less often.
Well, did you find him?
No!
It's all my fault. My mom asked me to clean up my toys, and I didn't just do it like she asked. Now it sucked him in because of me.
Nolik! Nolik!
So what do you say, Tom Thomas?
What? I already apologized, and I already promised to clean up my toys.
And why are you sneezing?
To keep you company, so you'd feel a little better.
The solar battery.
Let's see, 3 times 648.
He won't get it himself. Nope. Well, I bet he will. Tom Thomas is so smart. Yeah, smart, but lazy. I'll bet you a flick in the head. Then get ready.
Huh?
Shh. We promised. We can't bother him during homework time.
I really wish I didn't have to write this out. Why write everything on paper when you got a calculator?
I knew he'd say that. Without a calculator, he can't get it.
It seems like the batteries are dead.
Did you see that? The calculator won't turn on, so he's gonna have to solve it by himself.
What's the problem? Come on. Where are the batteries here? Simka and Nolik, just come out already. I can hear that you're here.
Hi, Tom Thomas. Well, you can't figure out where the batteries need to go?
I don't get what's so funny.
Because there are no batteries inside of this thing.
What do you mean, no? Then where does the calculator, get a...
Where does it get electricity?
Uh-huh.
There's a solar battery in there.
The sun turns it on?
A long time ago, it was discovered by scientists that some materials produce electricity when light hits them. Sheets that are made out of these materials are called photoelectric cells. By connecting a few of these photoelectric cells together, you can build a solar battery. A solar battery in a calculator sits behind a small clear window. And when light hits the solar battery, it produces the electricity that powers the calculator.
I don't see a little window anywhere on here.
That's because you covered up the window with a sticker for some reason.
The reason is that it looks great.
Good job. It looks really great, but it can't work now.
Well, farewell, sticker. I can't get it off.
Then just leave it alone. Go ahead and solve the problems without the calculator. Then I'll be the one flicking you.
Flicking who? Did you forget? We're the Fixies, and we have to fix everything.
Ah, Simka, that's a sneaky plan.
It's not sneaky at all. You better find something to tear off the sticker with.
Okay, how about them? It'll take forever doing it this way.
Yeah, I got an idea. Let's use this paperclip.
And what's next?
I'll just stick the end to the paperclip and then wrap it around. Tidish!
With the help of solar batteries, we can produce electricity without burning any oil or coal. Unfortunately, these batteries aren't very powerful. A calculator can get enough energy from a small little battery. But in order to power a whole city with solar energy, you need to have power plants with huge fields full of solar batteries. And of course, it's best to build these plants where the sun shines bright and long, like out in the desert. By the way, in outer space, the sun shines very brightly, and it's never blocked by clouds. That's why all of the vehicles and satellites in space use solar energy for power, including the International Space Station, where astronauts from different countries work together.
Tom Thomas!
What, you guys all done?
Uh-huh. Now you can go solve your problems on the calculator.
But I already solved them on paper before you peeled off the sticker.
Hooray! I'm the winner!
Ow, that's totally unfair. If it wasn't for the sticker, you would have lost.
What's going on?
Nothing, never mind.
That's nothing to you? Well done, Tom Thomas. You got them all right.
Now it's working. Look, a picture of our Nolik.
Where?
Right there on the calculator.
Oh, I got it. 0 means null, Nolik.
Good one.